Yeah, hold on. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk about it. Ooh, that boy a critic, yeah, he talk too much. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk about it. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk too much. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk it, he don't live it. Ooh, that boy a critic. Ooh, that boy a critic. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk it, he don't live it. Ooh, that boy a critic. Yeah, I know.
Gotta have my questions. Loved ones, peace, big love, biggest blessings, even bigger living. Everything that come with it and everything in between. You are tuned into Thinking Out Loud with Samuel David. It's just a conversation. Had to pause. Listen, today, I feel like every day I got a special guest. I got somebody that's the homie. But today I got somebody super special. He's a host. Tell me if I'm off. He's a host, MC. I researched, they said you're a party promoter, curator of the arts, curator of the culture, chef, fashion designer,
time to time,
fresh code creator, low-key rapper.
I like that.
Producer. Today I got the one and only, the big homie, Flemm Diddy. What's happening, baby? How are you today, man? How are you?
Young Samuel.
I appreciate you joining. Man, you come with hella gifts.
I thank you for having me. Of course, man. Branding is everything. You feel me?
I like that.
Hit that Flemon Pepper. What you sipping on is actually a concoction. Known as Flemmonade. It's on its way. It's still getting tested.
Wow. See, I was hoping
tested in things.
I was hoping he was gonna pull up with the Flemon Peppers, but this Flemmonade
in time, nice young Flemmonade. Cheers for having me on. You know what I mean?
Listen, I got a drink too. This right here is
what is that?
Shit me and wifey stumbled across for our anniversary. Top Shelf Liquor, never heard of it before.
Copy.
It's called, and I'm saying it's like I'm promoting it. They are not part of my sponsor. But it's a fire ass liquor. It's called Don Ramon. We definitely gonna take a shot if you put with that.
I'm with that. It's a sexy bottle. You can even we can mix it with the exit.
Came off.
Oh, is that like a lock?
That's kind of cute, man.
That's fire. It tastes good already. My slogan in life is you eat with your eyes first.
Actually.
And that.
You want a spike or you want a shot?
We can spike it. Why not?
Like
what I mean? We get comfortable. There it is. That's all it take.
Oh, splash.
You know what I mean?
How is your spirit, bro?
My spirit is high. My spirit is lovely. My spirit is comfortable, I say. Not comfortable in the sense of like life, but comfortable in the sense of like I think I'm leaning towards my purpose in a sense. You know what I mean? 100%. Like I'm feeling at ease, confidence, to say the least. My spirit is confident.
I like that. It's radiating.
Yeah.
I should have wore shades. Listen, man, you fresh off hosting the Blackout ICT Awards. I'm planning to talk about the Blackout ICT Awards until September 4th, 2023.
Why not? 2024.
2024?
Yeah, that's the next one.
Going crazy.
It's
working skipping a year.
Yes.
That's even
yes,
crazy.
Yes. Give you time.
But you fresh off hosting. What was that like? Because I get hyped. First off, I get hyped when I'm in the presence of people that are dope as fuck. We're gonna talk about all of that.
Likewise, that's you.
Oh, come on, man. What was it like hosting?
It was so on one hand, shout out to the Blackout Cosmo Edition. Those are my sisters, and not just sisters in Christ. Erin Garcia, that's like my sister. She'll fight for me, and I'll fight for her. Shout out to Paris, Julia, Ashley. But on one hand, roses to them for just throwing that. The first year, but this one, the production value, of course the venue is what it is, but the way that they, curated all of that to make it their own and to really celebrate the city. And not just the city, but like, our portion of the city, the real nitty gritty who might not get the full recognition from, say, like your mayors or your, state politicians or whatever, but for them to really highlight the culture in such a beautiful way. Yeah. So with that, it was not pressure, but that's where my mind was. Of like, I have to match this. Like, this is a level. This isn't Wichita. This isn't low budget in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, this is not just as dope, if not doper, than everything that we watch or grow up on.
100%.
So
it's our Oscars. It's our Grammys.
100%.
Between that and the Powerball. Them is the ones that we like. Yo, wifey, guys. You gotta get right.
You gotta get right. This takes planning, and this,
100%.
they have given us something that makes the hard work worth it. Whether you're getting acknowledged or not, just to know, just to be amongst everybody who's doing something so major, and to be like, I belong in here, and like I'm not getting unnoticed. And if I am getting unnoticed, it's motivation for me to like get here. You know what I mean? So for me, I approached it completely different because as a host, one could say, you have music as kind of like a crutch.
Easily.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So hosting for
Everybody
me.
wave your hands.
Yeah,
like
you know what I mean? It's easy things. You're already in the mode to dance. I just really got to hype a track up. But for that, it's really me connecting with the audience. 100%. And unfortunately, shout out to Keston Roth, but unfortunately he had a family emergency that he had to tend to. Word. So the hosting duties that were for 2 ended up going to 1, and that's me. So I kind of approached it like I'm a fan of stand-up comedy. Like that's one of my biggest things. That's a bucket list thing for me to do. Maybe one of these days I would try. Noted. So, but one thing I respect about comics is it's really just you and the crowd. There's no excess sound. You have to be engaging. You have to set the tone. Like you have to be comfortable to make others comfortable.
It's a groove.
You know what I mean? 100%.
Can't come out too hot. Can't come out too cold. You got to get it and blackout is everybody. Everybody. It's mamas, grandmas, uncles, cousins, sisters,
siblings. From 0 to 100, all ages is in there. So for me, it just felt like words slip me, but it's just it was so grand, like and I'm up there with Fluid, and it's like me and Fluid taking it to this level. Yeah. And it's just to show the versatility, and it's to show like we exactly what we're supposed to be. 100%. Not only are we exactly what we're supposed to be, we're amongst, the dopest and helping put on for the dopest. You know what I mean? Like we are, here to curate that.
Curating the culture to the max. The Black Renaissance, man. The Wichita Renaissance. I'm going to talk about that for forever and a day.
Yeah. Sorry if that was a winning answer. No, it was a joy to do it. I enjoyed myself. It was fun as hell. Man.
Listen, I told Fluid the same thing, and I told you at the Blackout. So I'm sitting in the back, chilling, right at the back at the entrance, and I hear the steady, are you? And I said, this ain't nobody but Flemm. And I turned around.
Come on down.
I said, this is the energy. And from there,
get my bop on too.
You feel me? It didn't let up. It was a very entertaining, engaging, winning atmosphere. I mean, it was really dope. It was even doper. I won't say even doper because the whole thing was ill. To see how touched folks was, how moved folks was to win. Yeah. Like to be celebrated. No matter who won, somebody was gonna be a winner. And I just love that energy, man. Shout out to the Blackout ICT. Shout out to Fluid. Shout out to Vibe Wichita and all that production.
Ooh, come on, man. Showing that production value.
They was going crazy.
Stop playing with that, man.
Hey, man, I don't know if you ever did any
whole team, Humble Greatness, all them. Humble Greatness. Rail, Loud Kicks, Alex, all of them.
Name them, hit them.
That I know, Malika.
Come on.
The list goes on, but that whole team is LT crazy.
Whole bunch of dopeness, whole bunch of Black excellence. It's the Wichita Renaissance. Y'all gonna get sick of hearing me say that.
I like that though.
You like that though?
I like that though. And almost like when you say that sound, it feels like Crown Uptown. Crown Uptown feel like a Renaissance Apollo.
It's a vibe.
That's like our Apollo and the lights and whatnot. That's not black, but you know what I mean.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Hell yeah.
So, okay, you and Fluid go crazy.
Facts.
Which I love to see. 2 Cancer Brothers. Y'all really elevate the
3
culture.
3 days apart. That's my man, my mellow. DJ Spluid, the best. What up?
The best.
3 days apart. You know what I mean? We a year and 3 days apart.
That's
big Cancer Brothers. We just celebrated our birthday together last night on R&B Monday. But yeah, that's my dog.
Shout out to R&B Monday.
Facts. That's my dog.
All type of flowers in regards to R&B Monday, so the folks can go back and watch that. Because I would get going on that bag, but then I wouldn't get into the bag.
We'd be here all day if I was in here giving flowers to Fluid.
You feel me? That's the real thing, man. And that's one of the things I love and appreciate about you, Flemm, is your ability to like recognize what's dope and move it even like to a much more doper space. Like we did the Sound Advice rollout. Like that was really dope. Like to sit down and chop with you. He was my man's before then, but before we did that, before the album rollout, we got to sit down and get like some real genuine conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see where our brains was at.
I was able to go to your crib, learn who you are from, what I'm saying,
you helped me put the tree, help me put my mom's Christmas tree downstairs. You know what I mean? Like you really in it.
Really in it, and to just see your love for the culture.
Oh yeah.
From a youth to now, and it's like a genuine love. Like I don't know anybody that hits every point. Like I ain't never seen you break dance, but I bet you could break dance. Like there's no spot of the culture that goes untapped when it comes to you. Man.
Yeah, these knees won't let me do that, but I appreciate that to the max, man. For real.
It's ill, but you really do move this thing. What created and cultivated that love that you have for I won't even say hip hop culture, for black culture.
And that's exactly what it is, man. I was raised by my mother and my grandmother, and one thing that they made sure to instill in me was black history. Like, my mom's favorite movies is stuff like Miss Jane Pittman, Rosewood. Like, that's the stuff she would watch on a Sunday.
Word.
So it intrigued me, but then it also, I loved black history, but I also really, really like black culture. So I'm from the era of, I grew up in front of the TV. You know what I mean? My mom was at work. I was outside playing ball, but I was really like inside, like watching the TV. I was infatuated with people like Michael Jackson. I was infatuated with Puff Daddy. I was in, those watching TV, and I was like, man, I really love. It's just cool. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a cool aspect. Allen Iverson, like those
impact. Great.
It's those though. Kanye West, like it's those people who push culture in that era that I'm from, the 90s or late 80s or early 2000s, and I just, it comes from an appreciation standpoint. Like, I appreciate it so much, but I want to add to it. It's that too. Yeah. It's like, how do I get in there and add my little flair, or just be a part? Sometimes it ain't an ad. Sometimes you're an asset. And you just want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely that. But like you said, since a youngin', bro, I remember it. Like, I've been saying lyrics or quoting movies since we've been talking. You know what I mean? Me and my cousins, that's what we did. Like, that 100%. Was that was our fun. No.
I bet we could sit here and just have a conversation off of movie quotes and
I think absolutely,
like, easily. And no, people would. Some will follow along. Some will be like, what the hell are they talking
absolutely
about?
We could sit here and quote a whole movie.
I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
So you talk about being an asset and adding to. Everything that I've seen you do has been an addition to the culture here, right? Which is something that makes my heart smile, because we have such a dynamic, unique area. We got like a privilege that not a lot of cities, locations have. Proximity is a gift and a curse. I can touch you. If you go to After Dark, you touch so many. You rock with Win, y'all touch so many. Fluid touch so many. AC, like, it's really a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
And my training, y'all know I ramble, I get to going.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about the culture and the different things that you add to the culture, the assets, what's your favorite part? We talking music, fashion, culinary arts is a part of the culture.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, parties.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite part? What's your favorite?
It's really all wrapped in one, but honestly, man, my favorite part is just the people. I like people. You know what I mean? I like to be engaging. I like to, see people smile, see people have a good time, laugh, and I learned that I want to cater to everybody's senses. I don't want to be one thing. I want to be your favorite host so you hear me. I want to look the part so you see me. I want to smell right so you smell me. I want to give you something that tastes good, so there's Flemon Pepper. I want to give you something that, every sense, if you can, you could sense it, I want it. So it's really, I don't really necessarily have a favorite between like music or food. It's just the one big rap culture. And if the people feel what Mitch say, as long as niggas is feeling it, a nigga like me can sell it. You know what I mean? Like, I love the game, I love the hustle. It's that.
I love it.
It's that. But from a genuine standpoint, because 100%. I'm a fan first. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love to get put up on new things and to be like, oh, I like that too. You know what I mean?
What's the last thing you got put up on that you was shocked and that you brought into
here or just period?
Just period in general.
Oh man.
I get period in general and here as well. Let's talk about.
Man, so I've been traveling back and forth from Houston lately, and it's really Houston. It's their sense of like community that is different because everything's black. There's no like black area. It's everything. I wouldn't call it a culture shock, but it's just getting put up on like there's so many things you can do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's, we all have those moments where your eyes just get bright. I don't know if that's like a specific way to answer your question, but that shock of like everybody's doing something dope, like at a high level. So I guess to just get put on the culture of Houston. Shout out to my homegirl Tasha Kwan. Latasha Sanders. Sorry, I didn't even call it your middle name. Say it first, that's my dog. But she does she has a group called Her Grails, and it's basically for women who love sneakers. She curates lovely events for them, sponsorships, and untapped market. So even that, just going to Houston and realizing like, oh wow, there's a whole like imagining bringing it black was just specifically for sneakers. Like that high level class of woman, but all their events is bring out your sneakers. And I'm not talking Chucks and they wearing,
the same
that shit.
You're gonna see it like I Got Soul.
Exactly. But just to see that from a culture standpoint, it's just like, oh, that's so fire, that's so dope. I'm enjoying being, you know, like you said, we artists, so we tend to critique.
100%.
You know, we tend to critique, but it's lovely to just be in it and be a part of it and just be relaxed. Like, let me just enjoy this. Like, this hard. I don't even want to add it. I just want to. I love it. You know, like that.
That's fire. That's fire. So when you look at home, because you bring a lot of like your mind is always going. We have conversations and things you always want to do, and things that not that you want to do, things that you are going to do. Yeah. Like that's the beautiful thing as well. Like I haven't seen you say what you want to do. Yeah. And not do that shit.
I mean, try to teamwork, bro. Teamwork and prayers. How all those things happen.
Hey, shout out to the both of them.
Come on now.
Hand in hand.
Come on now. They absolutely are. You know what I mean?
When you look at the city, man, and you know, keep talking this Wichita Renaissance and. You've been back in town for a little bit of time now. Right. What's been some of your favorite things to see culture-wise here in the town? And shameless plugs if it's things that you've curated.
No, right? aside from me, bro, it's the movement of the generation that comes after us and how they take what, you know, we laid a foundation for and just go absolutely insane with it. So, like, I got to shout out the We Go Crazy Collective. So that would be myself, Jalen Allen, who goes by JR, DJ AC, DJ Cadence, DJ Fluid, DJ Sneak Peek, DJ for the Win. And the way that, like, just for an example, the way that AC and JR are able to, like, move their, you know, like their age group. Or just they've recognized like the party atmosphere of other towns is right here in the city and can go just as crazy.
Bro, I felt old as shit because I'm not disconnected from the streets, but I'm not in it like that. Yeah. Right? In certain spaces, and I seen a party at I think it was Fever just 2 days ago. Or the night before.
Talk of the town.
And I was like, yo, these niggas is going crazy.
Outside, bringing that real nightlife culture.
You feel me?
You know, to the town.
You know, no issues.
For them. No issues.
That's beautiful.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's beautiful.
You know, and for us to shout out to them, and for us to have the opportunity to, you know, collaborate, not bump shoulders or nothing like that, to give game to from both sides. Just because we older don't mean that we got knowledge. Well, you know, we can, you know, collaborate, come together with things like that. Also, the music scene in Wichita has grown. You know, like it's grown so much. But what I like about it is artists that take control of like their destinies, throw their own shows, not waiting to get booked. Like, you know, I respect things like No Boundaries moving like a conglomerate. You know what I mean? Throwing a brunch and having multiple artists under the wing, Drew Money, Schoon, even, even Loud, who's not necessarily an artist, but you know, Loud take the pick. Things like Vibe Wichita that we talked about within the city, that is a whole production company and making it look dope. People like, you know, Maurice Anthony, if we just talking music. We have an R&B scene, shout out to Paris. Just those things who take control. We be here forever, you know, talking about that. Desmond the Poet. You know him. You know what I mean? I know some ladies who paint. You know, Tay, who does her drawings. Like it's a lot of culture that's being brewing and being spewed amongst the landscape. Yeah, Wichita doing it.
I love it, man. And one of my favorite things that I see when I look at that generation and those folks that's moving that you just mentioned is there's not like a dire need for support. Yeah. It's not like, look at me, they like, no, we working. We working. You gonna pull up or not, but we working. And you keep going when if it's 12 people, you just like that. There's 12 people who like, everybody want that. Everybody want fever. everybody want that fever off nothing. But it'd be like that. Let me ask you this.
For sure.
You don't have to answer this. But we talk about all the amazing things that you do, the culture you create. Like I said, you high key rapper. I've heard you bars, right? You chef.
That's my first love, man. Rap, my first love. I never have attempted to be a rapper, but my hosting things, the thing that swagger, charisma, those. I told you I'm from an era, bro. I'm from an era of Jay-Z, Kanye West, Cameron, where New York was the pinnacle of hip hop, and there's a certain cockiness and swagger that comes with that. Facts. That I feel like you're supposed to ooze within this culture. You're a stand-up comedian, all of that. You have to be like a joy to be around.
You mentioned it earlier, confidence.
Confidence, bro. That's what hip hop is.
So all of that shit. Mm-hmm. What can't you do?
Man, I can't swim.
Okay, you gonna tell us what you can't go?
Okay, I like that. Me for the beat, but but at the same time, bro, I feel like I'm one of the, like I said, prayer and teamwork. So I feel like there's nothing that can't be accomplished. So I guess I won't say there's nothing I can't do, because You know, I'm backed by the Most High and the people who, you know, surround me. So if I can't do it, you know, if I can't do it, it can't be done. But
I like that.
you know what I mean? But we, you know, we
thing.
gonna make it happen. You
100%.
feel me? It ain't just a me thing of what I can't do. It ain't nothing that we can't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whether that makes me in the lead of something or a part of something, everything can be touched.
I like it. Everything can be touched.
Everything can be touched. So look out. I'm looking at it. I'm coming in everybody's lane. You know what I mean? No matter what lane I'm in, I'm bumping strikes. You dig me?
Man, I heard an ill quote at the Create campaign this weekend, and they were it was the theme was essentially collaboration over competition. That's not the exact wording, and I messed it up, but that was the theme of it. Like, yo, how do we collaborate and get into each other's spaces?
Yeah.
And a young lady, Alexis Scott, made a quote. She said, "If I'm in your same lane, I ain't trying to run you off the road. I'm trying to figure out how I can help you if you got a flat tire."
Yeah. Ooh,
and I was
like
damn, that's
like
a
that.
bar.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard. So collaboration, man, diversity of thought, all those things grow the collective. That's how we move this whole thing forward. Okay, I'm gonna get a little deeper. So you had a kidney issue.
Facts.
How long? What year was that?
That I got diagnosed. Diagnosis happened 2014.
2014.
I was 23 years old.
23. And you was in Houston or KC?
I was
at the
in
time?
Dallas.
Dallas
at the time.
Going crazy, putting in work.
Going crazy, putting in work. This is when everything is full steam ahead. Mars Mansion.
Okay.
So shout out to Lex Garcia, Will Polite. You see us on 316 Day. It's nice and qualified. You dig me? That's that rollout Mars Mansion wise. So those are my brothers. But we were in Dallas. You know, just trying to make it. All of us working multiple jobs. All of it. We 23 years. I'm 23. That would make them, and we all in our 20s.
What you said, downtown mixing fabrics, trying to make some magic.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
like
it. We was really on Harry Hines trying to find. That's you know. You feel me? I talk about clothes like it's drugs. You feel me?
Yeah.
We was really in Harry Hines trying to find connects. You know, got to speak slow because he don't speak no English. That's real.
100.
Because it was a late. Never mind. We'll be here all day. But
I like it.
you know, but I to start it out, I was working at Best Buy at the time, and a while, man, just for like the couple of days, my skin was getting real itchy, and I'm getting like I'm feeling faint often. But I'm thinking it's Dallas, it's just hot. Maybe my energy just low. I go up a flight of stairs and have to like take a break or something like that. And then I'm throwing up every morning, like at 7 o'clock on the dot. You feel me? So either I'm pregnant or something is, you know, something is terribly wrong. So, I would be at work at Best Buy just leaning up against walls trying to scratch my back, not knowing what was wrong. Now, I have a high blood pressure, so I'm thinking maybe there's an issue with my blood pressure or something like that, because I got checked into the hospital a couple years prior to that for that. I'm working at Best Buy, right, and I'm checking somebody out, and I'm getting that faint feeling again. But this time it's feeling like, no, I'm about to drop. So they're handing me their items, and I'm telling you're supposed to ask if they want the protection plan. How's your day?
Yeah, all that.
I am beep, 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 get here. The second I hand them people that sack, like when the sack left my hand and they left it, I just fall back. And I hit my head on the wall, but the wall just kind of like woke me back up.
Okay.
So I go to the bathroom and put cold water on my face because I'm like, something is not right.
100%.
Something not right. So from there, and to make a long, try not to ramble.
No, I'm hearing you though. I'm listening.
To make a long story long.
It's important though, because you letting folks know symptoms.
No, absolutely. This is
with these type of things.
No, this is facts. This is definitely. So after that, I go check my blood pressure. And my blood pressure is a little high, but my blood pressure is already high, so it's not like drastic. So I asked my mom, and I'm telling I got this, and I'm getting a metal taste in my mouth. Also, that was very important. I can't keep nothing down, and there's like a metal taste in my mouth. Like everything tastes like pennies. Like everything.
Copper blood.
Yeah, like everything tastes just like like steel or copper something. So I go to my nephrologist, and that is the kidney doctor, because they did tell me when I was 2012 is when I got diagnosed with high blood pressure that your kidney took a mild hit. But, nothing too severe, but just be aware. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to the nephrologist and they run some tests. And this is July 29th. This is July 29th, 2014. I go to the doctor. So I'm like, all right, whatever, cool, whatever. July 30th, he calls me back and he says, Mr. Fleming, how you doing? All that small talk. But he's like, your creatinine number, mind you, I don't even know what that means. So a normal creatinine number is like your functional ability of your kidneys.
Okay. And what's your kidneys flush out toxins and all that?
Toxins, urine, all of that. So your kidneys is not working, you're retaining weight. We'll get to that.
Word.
So he tells me my creatinine, he said, a normal creatinine level is like 2. Mm-hmm. So you want to stay under 2. 1.2, 1.5.
Word.
Put it to you like this. Your creatinine number is at a 2, you might want to make some changes.
Okay.
Like just little. Like you might want to slow your roll.
Yeah.
Mine was 22.
Oh, wow.
So my creatinine, 22. So he calls me telling me that. And he's like, your creatinine level is 22, meaning you have about a month living how you living, and you might fall out somewhere. It might not be a wall there to catch me, the next time. So, and he tells me, says, we have to start immediate dialysis on you tomorrow. Now, mind you, I'm like, okay. Because I don't know what dialysis is.
You don't know what none of this is.
I don't know how to spell this shit. Like, I don't know.
I'm in today and I'm out today.
You feel me? And mind you, this is because I had a flight to St. Louis for August 7th.
Okay.
So my thing was like, whatever you need to do, Doc, as long as I can get on that flight in a week.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all need to do, you feel me? I'm just whatever.
Jeez.
I called my mom's and I'm like, hey, Mom, the doctor just called me. He told me my creatinine is this and I need to start this. They want to start me with 3 treatments. In my mind, 3 treatments is 3 days.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. She starts, no, that's not right.
Because mom's in the medical field.
My mom's a nurse.
100.
So she's like, dialysis? No, that's not right. It's going to be okay. I'll call you right back. So I'm like, okay, she's a little...
Yeah.
She's a little drastic,
100.
for 3 treatments of
Calm
whatever
down,
the hell.
Mom.
Like, relax. I got to fight the bitch.
Yeah.
I'll be out of town next week. So then she calls me back and she's crying. And she's like, your mom's called you crying. And she's just like, it's going
That hit you like, okay.
It didn't hit in that moment. It was just like, my mom is very, I wouldn't say extra, but she's very caring. I get that from her. She's a Virgo. 100%. She's very nurturing. Nurturing is the word.
The energy.
Nurturing is the word. So she's that. So she calls and she's crying and she's like, so okay, I'll be at her tomorrow. And I'm still just like, all right, all right, see you tomorrow.
Word.
Cool. I put the phone down. 10 minutes later, I get a text that says, I love you. It says, I love you, I'm praying for you. And that just like freaked me out.
From mom.
It wasn't from my mom. It was from my cousin.
Because my cousin told somebody.
And but I get like, it's like, love you, praying for you. But then it's like 3 messages. Love you, praying for you, love you. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, what's what? So I call my cousin Arian. And I tell her, like, I think I'm about to die. Because I don't know. Word. But they're treating this like this is, I did the worst thing you could ever do. I Googled it.
Oh, you went and beat it.
I Googled it.
You went and beat it.
I Googled it. And I was like.
Fatal. You were about to be a rat.
Because I'm like, oh my God, I got to live off a machine. That's how my mind went. So 100. I'm panicking. So I call my cousin Arian to call.
And your diet at this time was?
I'm trying to lose weight from blood pressure, but it is still, I'm still 23 years old in Dallas with the homies. We had Beamers. We had Onyx getting the 10-piece Flemon Pepper. You feel me? I'm outside.
23.
I'm outside trying to get it.
100%.
With my niggas. You feel me? So we doing that. Call Arian. I tell her. She start hyperventilating. She crying, getting trashed. I had to be like, whoa. Like, hey, this is.
Word.
I'm supposed to be the.
This is my thing.
Yeah. But
yeah.
That was I had to flip the switch and it turned into like, go get it mode. Like, all right, whatever this is, this just what it is.
Yeah. And
I told Lex and Will that night, and they was just kind of like, shout out to my homies, man, because they really got me through that whole time. The jokes, they never treated me like I was sick, even when I was sick. Like they later on kind of found out how sick I was, but for me, it was just like I needed all of that, all of them jokes,
that energy.
Like Lex would call me Sean Elliott. Just, if you don't know who Sean Elliott is a Spurs player who had kidney disease and passed away.
Fucked up.
But it's super fucked up. But I need, needed that. Will would always tell me stuff like mind over matter, like you good, mind over matter.
Yeah.
Throughout that process. But, but from there I ended up doing, again, make a long story long, there's a whole bunch of, little details that I won't get into. Sure. But basically I did dialysis for 3 years, 7 days, ultimately got a call to get a kidney August 7th, 2017. Shout out to my cousin Terrell, that's his birthday. August 7th, 2017.
Word.
Got a kidney, drove up to Kansas City, made it happen.
Like that.
You feel me? And now we, went through a little recovery stage.
Yeah.
Went to hell for a minute, got depressed, came back thugging, and came out. Came out the Flemm dog that you see before you, for real.
Flemm dog we see right here.
On
Listen.
me.
Listen, that's a powerful story. I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper into it because
going.
there's more things I want to ask.
You know me, bro. I'm an open book, man. This love, we here, this family.
That part. Before I do though, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna hear from our sponsors. So be right back at you. JRMortgage Group is a proud sponsor of Thinking Out Loud with Samuel David. JRMortgage Group is founded and based in Wichita, Kansas, and its sole focus is to offer its clients and referral partners the best mortgage experiences. Buy, build, and invest with JRMortgage Group. With JRMortgage Group, anything is positively possible. Give them a call at 316-247-9639 or visit the website at jrmortgagegroup.com. JR Mortgage Group Incorporated, offering personalized mortgage solutions, fast customized quotes, great rates, and service with integrity. Not all borrowers will qualify. This is not a commitment to lend. JR Mortgage Group is an equal housing lender. Again, JR Mortgage Group, jrmortgagegroup.com.
Bet.
Welcome back, beautiful people. So, we were talking. You sped through the story. It was you gave us the essentials, but you sped through the story of your kidney disease. Is that what we call it?
Kidney disease, renal failure. Another thing. Some of the most important things that I got out of that situation, especially us.
Oh, you must got my list of questions.
Oh no, but
that was next.
But it was on a serious tip. Us as black people, for real, we need to learn our blood types. I learned that a lot of people don't know their blood type. I'm O positive, which meant I could donate to anybody, but only O positive could donate to me. You know, you could take that as a metaphor for life or whatever, but yeah. So check your blood pressure. Check your blood pressure and know what your blood type is because you can literally save a life. I know there's conspiracy stories about don't put that donor sticker on your driver's license because no, you could save somebody's life. Let me be a living testament to tell you for sure that you can literally save lives. I'm gonna always be an advocate for that. You know, Kidney Foundation, I've been a keynote speaker at.
Yeah, I've seen that, which is crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and it's sometimes where, and it's personal, you know, you can't speed through your journey, for real. Because there'll be times where I just didn't want to be known for that, so I wouldn't even, bring it up. Now that I'm older and I've tried to establish a brand or, become Flemm Dog or whatever, sometimes I got to sit back and realize, not that I would ever forget that, but it really amazes me to just be like, damn, I really went through that.
And that's a testimony, bro.
You know?
Like that, you are in a space with a platform that, I got high blood pressure myself. I had it since I was 18.
See?
I don't know if it's hereditary. It's hereditary.
I think it's in us.
It's in us.
It's in us.
And I say hereditary being very, what's it called? Facetious, because it's just how we was raised. Shit that we eat.
You know, past traumas.
Past traumas.
Black
traumas.
You feel me? Black life.
Real life, you feel me?
They matter.
But I recognize, with your platform, how many different lives. If you use somebody respectfully that just went through it, and then was speaking as a keynote speaker, it might hit. It's gonna hit the folks that need to hear it.
No, really.
Right, but it's preaching to the choir in that space.
Yeah.
But you got a platform where it's folks that aren't aware of what they need to know as far as their blood types. I didn't know O positive could donate to everybody, but you need the same to come to your way, right?
Facts.
There's so many folks that could benefit from that conversation, or even brothers that might be like, you know what? Let me go to the doctor because I seen Flemm do it.
You know.
So this
and
is
you just and you gotta be a soldier in that standpoint, bro. You gotta, you gotta go in there. You gotta do it. You can't be nervous. You can't be don't live life on the edge. Go get checked out, man. Ride this ride comfortably.
Yeah, comfortably.
You feel
Life
me?
insurance.
Coach cool, but if Coach cool, but if it's only 20 cents more for the first class, man, go get that. Get the first class ticket. You feel me?
This is from the rapper.
Honestly, you know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, it's like I said, we could be here all day. I'm an advocate for a lot of things, but that literally saved my life.
Do you ever think because I don't know, but I can only assume because you had to sit down and you had to move back home.
Facts.
Right? Do you feel like that was the best, worst thing that could ever happen to you?
100%. I didn't cry about getting kidney disease
when
I was in the hospital because it was happening.
Okay.
I cried when I told my mama I'm gonna have to move back home, That it just again, I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
And there's a stigma if you move out of town, you gotta come back if it don't work.
Come back.
This
nigga back home.
And I've never been one to feel high and mighty. I just want to try some shit. I'm never gonna be like, I'm in fuck Wichita, nigga. Done that.
Word.
So, but that was just a humbling moment of as bad as this sounds, it felt like a failed attempt at moving. It was like, man, I come out here trying to do right, trying to do my thing, and I get sick. Not just sick, but like life-threatening.
Life-threatening.
You know what I mean? And it was a tearful of just unsurety.
Yeah.
But it's it's all in God's plan, because when I came back, I was really able to connect with major things within the city and had a chance to experience this city as an adult.
100%.
And I think
100%.
I always advocate moving and seeing new things, but I also advocate coming home, bringing culture home, and just experiencing things as an adult.
Come on.
People like Marquise Bradley, Coach Cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a super duper just important figure that helped me get through my time on dialysis and things like that. Because when I came home, he was in the beginning stages of starting his dream of owning Omnicut. Omnicut was not even a brand. It was like an idea when I came back. He was still working at other people's gyms, paying, the monthly rent to just train. And to see that has done that, and just to be like, I look at, things like that as like my story too. It's just added successes. And it's just be like, man, Wichita really got some go-getters. Like, I almost died, and that brand came out of that. I'm a testament, part of that. That brand is
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Like, it's a lot. I definitely, it's like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, then we obviously wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation.
We wouldn't be as tight as we was.
You know what I mean?
Me and my lady wouldn't have reconnected like we did. It's just so many things of that nature. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Do you ever think about the what ifs?
A lot of times. A lot of times I think about, if I never got sick, where would we be? On the positive stigma, like me, Lex, and Will would have, we wouldn't be as secure in who we are right now without that happening. Because 100%. We out there just trying to compete, trying to keep going. On the worst scale, I think about, maybe I would have still been working 2 jobs trying to scrape whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you wouldn't have that opportunity to bust out like you bust out.
Exactly. To come home and recognize we could do some shit. In a major way.
Listen, you talk about coming home. I think and I don't know if this is before or after, but the first time I really met you, and it wasn't even like a meeting, you was at a Get Fresh crew party.
Shout out to Will. Shout out to Shane and Sean.
Shout out to Shane, Sean.
The OGs for real. I know we talk about, and rest in peace, and big shout out to Big Cliff.
100%.
But before I know I give credit and shouts outs, but I always got to. But the flowers of, and I talk about who influenced me as far as 100%. Kanye West and stuff like that. In the city, though.
Yeah.
To the Josh Mannings, the Aaron Garcias, the Sean Mitchell, Will Polite, the Kevin Harrison, like those figures are true foundation. I know I say like we the foundation for people like AC to keep going, but there is a foundation that must always be respected and acknowledged. Wichita Ballroom, that's y'all wasn't there.
Yeah,
that's a car wash now. That's a car wash now, but
crazy.
If you was there, Jay's were stilettos. But anyway,
come on, man. That was the one, the Jay's were stilettos. I got a picture. I was super faded. Sam with the braids was a different individual. I've grown a lot. I've gotten domesticated. Shout out to wifey and the kids and these life-changing events that I've had as well. None life-threatening, but life as well. So I think about, again, the what it's like. And the beautiful thing, selfishly, one of the beautiful things I think came out of that is you've helped change and catapult this culture here in Wichita to another level. I think of folks like you that went out of town and came back home. I think to like Rudy Love. I think Enjoy Fountain, like in different spaces, folks that have then brought a level of culture back home. Rudy with the shows and the performances. Enjoy when we look at the different plays that folks are getting exposed to, right? I look at you in the different parties, the different pieces of the culture, the different spaces where grown-ups can go party and kick it, right? Like we talk After Dark. We talk R&B Mondays, right? What inspires something like After Dark? Because the shit is it's crazy enough that you posted the video and Cameron retweets it, right?
Man.
Like, because it was hitting. Walk me through how After Dark started, bro.
After Dark, first and foremost, shout out to Aaron Garcia. Shout out to the big homies. You know what I mean? Shout out to Josh Davis, that's my cousin. Raymond Davis, that's my cousin. DJ Berthet, Miguel, Oscar, Josue, Sexy Swayze, Paris, Jane, Jazz R, Zeph. Anybody who done touched that, Scott, Jordan Lattimore, Vorshage as a venue, it goes on and on. So what it was, bro, so You want the long version or the short version?
Man,
How
give
much time we got?
me the version you got on your mind.
All right, we speed through it. 2018, celebrating that 1 year kidney anniversary. And I go to Miami.
Okay.
I go to Miami to visit my pops, my biological dad, and I'm going there to see Miami.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't never really took a trip before, and I'm going to like reconnect with my dad, or like to reconnect for the first time,
100.
ask some questions, and things of that nature, get some answers.
And this after how many years?
This is 2018. So you said, say it again.
How many years since you've seen him?
Since I've seen my dad.
You saw
before,
him
prior to
reconnecting.
that?
Yeah, like
prior to that, maybe. I did see him once in Dallas, so that's probably maybe 4 years. 4 years,
okay, so
like
4 years reconnecting. You and
so
Miami.
I didn't grow up with my dad, but we phone conversation type deal.
Cheers to the brothers raised by single mothers.
Facts, you feel me? And stepdads too. Shout out to my, don't ever get it twisted. I definitely was raised, with a father and had a family. So my dad, Kevin Lee, shout out to my mans. But
100.
I go out there to just like reconnect with my pops. But while I'm there, we go to this, shout out to my homegirl Jazzy. She takes us to this place in Wynwood. She's like, South Beach is one thing. That's like the rah-rah of Miami. Everything costs $1,000. And she's like, but I'm going to take y'all to Wynwood. And we're like, what's that? She's like, that's like the art district. Everything's free. It's clubs. And they're going to play that music that you like.
Okay.
This is 2018, mind you. So, like, there is no such thing as an R&B party or none of that.
Yeah.
I go to this place I think it's called Cabo. But in the front, it's a taco shop. But in the back... that thing probably about as big as 2 of these rooms. Word. And they just back there playing that shit. He playing 90s, 2000s, Usher, Lil Jon. He playing Tevin Campbell, Escape, Brandy, just that shit. And I'm just having like a ball.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself like, Miami is it? Oh my gosh, this is, like the stuff. But I always wanted to throw an R&B party.
Yeah.
Just because, but I wanted it to be small. I was like, I want something that's just intimate, a niche crowd, like 40 people who just gonna come and kick it. I don't need it to be a thing. Cancer energy, I call Aaron.
Okay.
Who's also a Cancer, July 10th. And I said, hey, we should throw a party for our birthday. Let's do a party for our birthday. What you thinking? What you thinking, Flemm? I'm like an R&B party, something sexy, but we only play R&B and we go kick it and we go jam because it's one thing that me, Aaron, and Lex I'm like they fourth sibling. Shout out to Keeman. Shout out to Keeman. So I'm like they fourth, I'm the fourth edition for real. I'm Ray Garcia, low key. But we connect on music. That's our thing. Music. Okay. That's how we talk. That's our language. We know the B-sides, the instrumentals, this. So I'm like, let's throw a party, but it got to be sexy. It got to be this. And originally, I don't remember the original name of it. It was something halfway sex related. Like, I don't know. I don't remember. But I text Aaron and I'm like, it's going to be called After Dark. And she was like, I love that. That's sexy. And I was like, yeah, let's call it After Dark or R&B Experience. I go to Horshay's, meet with them. And the first one is just a lovely time. Mind you, but Aaron don't know, it's already in my brain to be like, we're going to do this shit for the birthday, but I want to do this every month.
100.
Because I think it's just so many themes. I just want to test the landscape and see, like, is there a market for, like, an R&B party?
100%.
Because I felt the vibe. I saw it in Miami.
Yeah.
How do I bring it home?
Because culture be straight. You got to plan all day.
Yeah.
But the shit changed the culture.
You know what I mean? And for my family, to do something like that with my family, and not even family, just like Aaron, like I said, Josh and Raymond are my cousins.
Yeah.
So that's little keeping it, like in the family. So I called them like, man, y'all band, like, can y'all, you come and do a little set, for Nick's birthday or something like that.
Yeah.
They're like, we got you. But then that second time, I'm like, hey, let's start doing a theme. Let's start putting together a set list. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Like, let's start throwing shows. I always wanted to be a rapper. Let me get my rap off. I want to perform.
Yeah.
Let me perform. Like, let's go. And next thing you know, prior to the pandemic, we 6 of these deep.
Crazy.
We just like looked up and was like, damn, we really did these 6 back dope ass.
No misses.
No misses. No misses and no mishaps.
No misses and no mishaps.
You feel me? I've had, we've had the DJ Fluid, always the DJ in there. We've had, DJ Richie come down.
Yeah.
We've had people come down and do guest sets. You've performed.
I've performed. It's a dope
After
thing.
Dark,
It's a wonderful situation.
YBM Smooth has performed.
Yeah.
It goes on and on.
Blake Warrior
has performed. Jordan Lattimore.
Yeah.
So, it's
Nook,
Skinny Chick, Hall of Fame Yaddick. My man, Marmello. Whoa.
Yeah. The dope thing I love about After Dark is like you don't really know what to expect when you first go to one.
Right.
You're like, oh, it's an R&B experience. Then it's like, oh, this is like, okay, it's a band. Oh, this is karaoke. this ain't karaoke. These niggas is really in here performing and snapping.
You know?
Like, and it's packed wall to wall and it's not uncomfortable. And this the hood homies. Oh, that's the homies with the business. Like, this is...
Oh, she fine. Oh, he good looking. Like, it's...
Like, everything looks good. Niggas in there proposing.
Literally. Shout out Jamal. Literally. That lets you know.
Like, it's a beautiful situation. And it really elevated the culture. And I'm hopeful it comes back full-fledged. Y'all do the whole thing at Juneteenth, which is even crazy as well.
Shout out to them, Juneteenth ICT, for always having us and considering us.
Yes. I'm eager for more. I'm eager for more after dark. That's probably my favorite thing to attend because I can go with wifey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you
like,
for that. We thank you. On behalf of the homies, I thank you and we thank you.
Yeah.
That is definitely coming.
Word.
More to come. Yeah, man. After dark is not over. After dark is absolutely coming back. We're just trying to make it right. You know, pandemic happened. People's schedules happen. People have become parents in the midst of this pandemic.
It's a real thing.
Shout out to my peoples and congratulations to those.
It's a real thing. Congratulations to the new
we've
life
had love,
being
we've
bred.
Had loss. We've, a lot of things have transpired. But, we are as family as ever. And it's always a beautiful opportunity when we come together. And we want it just as bad as y'all. So keep on our back stuff.
I like that.
Keep
I'm
pressing
on it. Oh, we own it.
We own it.
We own it.
It's going to happen.
So we talk after dark in that party situation. Man, I seen one party again. I don't go outside like that all the time, but I seen one party, man, and I'm like, yo, Flemm is out here bopping and moving with the Flemon Pepper wings in the club, going crazy.
Yeah, man, walk around the club, feet everybody.
Like that's hard. That's hard. What gives you the idea to be like, you know what? These wings are already crazy.
Yeah.
And props to the whole wing rollout. It's crazy when somebody of the culture embraces other things because then it shows up in that, right? So the pre-order for the Flemon Pepper wings, which are crazy. I've had the Flemon Peppers, and then when there was a wing shortage, Flemm pulled up on the family with the Flemon Pepper drumsticks.
Had to do it.
It's crazy.
Did do that.
It's really crazy. It's really crazy.
But don't let your bird around me.
You feel me? True player for real.
That shit for real.
But no, even the pre-order form looks like a sneaker rollout.
Yeah.
Like, where do these ideas be coming from? Like, because they be so creative and like they don't miss.
Shout out to
and it's easy to miss.
Shout out to the queen for the website rollout. That was a gift for me. But the idea for that is just like I said, man, being a fan of the culture. I'm really from it. Like I'm really, I went outside at midnight to stand in line for the Jays.
Yeah.
I went and bought that album when it came out on this day. I appreciate things like that. So I like allure. That's what I like. I wanted to, all senses, bro. You gotta feel it. Things have to be a moment. You got to remember this. You eat with your eyes first. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So it's one thing for the wings to be good, but they have to be lasting. You have to want 100%. This before you have it, while you having it, and I want you to think about it afterwards.
Come on, man, because the scarcity gets me. I'd be like, damn, when he roll with the joint.
And I love the reception. Like I told you, bro, I just love people. So I love the fact that it's able to go fast or sell out fast. It's not a scam. I'm not like nothing like that. But me being a fan of sneakers, and that's where it all kind of started. Being a sneakerhead is where you learn it because it coincides with hip hop, sneakers, hip hop, movies, all of that. And we love to eat. And I'm just like, how do I make this fun?
Yeah.
Fun for me, fun for everybody. So like, I like hosting in the club. So I'm in the club and I'm like, what's some more theatrics? Okay, girls got bottles. It'd be crazy if I came in here with a tray of wings, 2 girls with bottles, and they play Gucci Man Lemonade when I walk in the club. That'd just be like random shit I say to myself. But
you just be thinking out loud.
But you see what I'm saying? But then, like I told you, the young generation behind us, they just as crazy as us.
Word.
So like JR call me and be like, I'm throwing a party, I need wings. Me, I'm like, okay, bet. When can I pick them up? No, let me bring them.
Word.
Oh, you want to bring? No, let me bring them in the club. I'm coming in the club with the apron, with the hat, with the bandana. You feel me? That's Flemon Pepper, And now it's like people see me out. They be like, "Where the wings at?" I'm like, "They're not in my pocket." But, they didn't hire Flemon Pepper. They hired Flemm Dog today. But you see that?
100%.
You see that yellow bandana around my neck? Just know it's chicken time.
You know what that is.
But
that
it's those ideas, man, to pull up and do that. The Flemon drop where I put the wing on top of the cup with the ranch. I just like it. Just looks sexy.
And the ranch is. I'm on the Wichita Food and Booze Facebook page, and they was talking about ranch one time, and I'm like, yo, the Flemon Pepper ranch is the best ranch out there.
I believe so.
Kept it in the fridge for about a couple meals.
Yeah.
And it was really going
that's
crazy.
That's coming to the menu as its own a la carte menu.
Come on, man.
Because I too am a fan of that.
What can he do? And he can hit. All right, tell me this. Tell me this, bro.
Yeah.
Like when we look at we talk about your favorite aspects of the culture, how you got a grip on the culture. Like you truly are. I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Let me wait actually before I get all the way there. But you truly are a mover of the culture.
Thank you.
What's your biggest inspiration? Like what wakes you up in the morning and be like, oh, let me try something different. Let me keep my ear to the street. Let me stay creative. What like inspires you or moves you?
People. It's first and foremost, it's my mother.
Yeah.
It's my siblings, my lady. It's things of wanting to make them proud, but then there's like a self thing of just being like, I don't want to say I beat the odds, but I died and come back. 100%. Literally, like I was in a coma after that surgery. So even my mama told me like, you a new person, just like after that. Yeah. And it just kind of let me know that life wasn't promised. So I ain't gonna say I just get up every morning like I gotta get to it. We have lazy moments. I struggle with things. But I'm gonna always be like, how can I do some dope shit? It'd be dope first. My mind don't be like, I need to come up. It'd be like, how do I do? Well, I want to be a fan of the shit that I go to. I just want to create shit that I want to go to. 100%. And it's, be like-minded people do that. So what keeps me going is the love I get from my immediate circle. Like I said, my closest friends and family. God for giving me that second chance at life. Right. I have to show my appreciation by giving these talents out. You gotta. God gave it to me. God gave it to me. I gotta give it to y'all. That's a fact. Yeah, man, it's really that. So the motivating factor is the people. I say my loved ones first. My heart, God, my loved ones, and then the people. Are just appreciating what I do, and I'm just like, hey, I want to go. I want to make some dope shit. I want to make some dope shit happen. I want us to be legendary, and not even the people of just the town. Like I want to see how far we can take this. You know what I mean? Like, touch the world. I want us to be the greatest in the world.
That's the thing with this show. Like I highlight, of course, home, like my favorite Jay-Z lyric, or one of my favorites, because we got so many of them. There's much bigger issues in the world, I know, but I first got to take care of the world I know. Facts. And the folks I'm sitting with on this show even are all from the town, but the goal is bigger. You know what I mean? And everybody that I'm sitting with has an idea, has a vision that's bigger than just the 316. It makes the 316 bigger. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When we think bigger, we move bigger, and we got this vision. Let me ask you this though, because you said that people are a big inspiration. And again, keep me honest, man. I've yet to see you take a flop. I've yet to see, and I hope it never happens. I pray it never happens.
Hey, I'm gonna say this: shit don't happen. We can cuss, right? I think I've cussed like twice, but shit don't happen overnight. Yeah. You gonna get a flop. I flopped many a times. You could ask. Me and Fluid, we invented. I'm gonna say that we invented verses. Okay, there was no Timberland and Swiss Beats before COVID. I had an idea. My first venture of wanting to do my own parties before I started. I wanted to do verses, and I was like, I think it'd be dope if a DJ and a DJ get an artist, and they just go back and forth, and we can finally debate who's better out of this and that. Word. First one we did was Future versus Migos. And it went up, but it was on Cinco de Mayo. So it was Cinco de Migos. And I was like, this is going to be perfect. This is fire. I can brand this. And it was packed and it was beautiful. But this is my first attempt. So I'm like, was that popping because we did a dope idea? Or was it popping because it was Cinco de Mayo. It was a holiday. 100%. We just got the luck of the holiday. So I said, let's run it back. Okay. And this is when Wichita was in a little room and was just on Facebook Live. Yeah. And I would print out the posters and I did Gucci versus Jeezy. And I'm like, this got to be fire, Gucci versus Jeezy. Like, who don't love Gucci versus Jeezy? But I'm not necessarily me yet. Word, you ain't cool. People know me. Me and Fluid is kind of starting. But I'm not. Fluid got a little name. I don't have nothing. So
Word.
we do Gucci versus Jeezy. I'm doing the same rollout that I did last time. I'm gonna vibe Wichita, throwing up
If it
posters.
ain't broke, don't fix
Feel
it, huh?
me? Getting my promo bag, my Diddy bag, putting it in your face the same way that I still put it in their face.
100.
Shout out to YBM Smooth. I'm gonna put it in their face.
That part.
Like it when you put it
That
in
part.
their face.
Come on, man.
And we did it, and nobody came. Nobody came. Like it was maybe like 5 people who came who wanted to hear that. It was like this about to be like it was people who like I'm Gucci, I'm Jeezy. It was like 5 people. Okay. But I didn't get discouraged. I was just kind of like, not yet.
Not yet.
It was one of them things.
Yeah.
It was more like, okay, that's just what it is.
100%.
You know, granted. And mind you, I'm still on dialysis at this time when that happened. I've been out here thugging. People don't, like I said, we could really get into it, but you got to ask Fluid. I've been out here thugging, bro. I got to a point where I got, was getting to a point where I knew how to time out my dialysis things like for the week. I know that Monday would be my worst day, so I shouldn't eat like this on the weekend. I know that Wednesday is this day. Friday, I'm going to have to work at night, so let me make sure I do my dialysis early. Like, bro, plenty of times I done did parties on Fridays with bandages on my site and would bleed out. I had to run to the bathroom and reassess myself and, get right. You thug through it, but...
And see, some will say that you wildin', some will say that's crazy, and some will say you dedicated.
You gotta go get it,
and
though.
it's like, it's certain shit you gotta push through to...
When it's in you, I don't care if it's 2 people or 25. Like I said, I didn't get discouraged at 5 people coming. 100. I was just like, it's some people out here who like them ideas. Yeah. And that's just me. We gotta keep working.
I like that. And look where we at now.
Look where we at now, you know what I mean? It's been plenty of it, so no flops. It didn't definitely been Come on now,
but they sound early on. They sound early on. Learning experience.
Absolutely
more
early
so
on.
Than anything.
Yeah, absolutely early on.
How do you deal with the critics, like the naysayers? Because you can't please everybody, even though from where I stand, it looks like you do please. Like everybody is pleased.
But still, I don't look at critics. I mind the business of my own. I mind the business they pay me. It's just I focus on who like it, who 100%. Want it, because we in our own world of who rock with it. If that ain't your Steve's, cool. Maybe you not my Steve's. Yeah. You feel me? You could do this a little bit. But I'm down for criticism. Mm-hmm. I'm down to listen. You let my people tell it. I'm very in my brain. But I take in account everything that everybody says. I just be very like, okay,
I know that feeling. Like let me feel my shit first. Like I'm not gonna immediately be like, you know what, you're right, let's do that. I gotta at least vet it through my
gotta
mind.
make sense.
That's
things have to make sense.
That's the real thing. Yeah.
I like for things to make sense.
I like that. Listen, we're gonna take one more commercial break, and then we're gonna get into a couple last more questions, and then we're gonna see where we go from there.
Absolutely.
All right, one quick second. We'll be right back, y'all. Check out these sponsors. Richmond Prince Beard Butter. Shout out to my dog JP from Richmond Prince, man. Listen, I'm on No Shave November from like 2009, right? I've been using Richmond Prince Beard Butter for like the last year. They were established 2021. I've been rocking with Richmond Prince since they were first established. And I tell you what, my joint connecting. Finally, my beard was not connecting, but now, baby, we connecting. No Beijing needed. See this Richmond Prince Beard Butter, which you can get at richmondprince.com, or you can look up Richmond Prince on IG, Facebook. This beard butter, the one I use is called the Pilot. And the ingredients are vegan and handcrafted, and it's all natural. No extras involved, right? And it's got grapeseed oil. I hope I say this one right. Candelilla wax, muru butter, shea butter, castor oil, vitamin E, black seed oil, and jojoba oil. The Pilot, 4 ounce, lasts a long time, man. Probably for me because my beard is still getting there, but we connected. You see the vibes. And this beautiful care package I got from Richmond Prince also comes with the Pilot beard oil. And the quality seal, I love the quality seal on Richmond Prince because the quality seal lets you know the company was created to aid in the growth of every king's journey to the best beard. And they are definitely aiding in my journey to the best beard. So shout out to Richmond Prince. Make sure you visit richmondprince.com to get your beard butter and beard oil. All right, loved ones, we back in the building. And you see it, I got Flemm Diddy. We've been chopping on everything, man, from kidney transplants to having to come back home to changing the culture here at home to no flops to lessons learned, biggest inspirations, the whole sheboink. You had like two. I think you are responsible for 2 classics from the town. Album wise.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they. I mean, because I was part of it, I think they would still hit.
I think I would call
they
it.
would still hit,
I think
right?
so.
But I don't think they would have that classic feel without your touch on it because it changed the way that it was presented to the world. So the Samuel Davis sound device.
Fire. Executive producer, A&R, whatever you want
You feel me?
say.
The whole shaboink, the marketing team, the executive producer, and then we also got Blake Warrior's joint.
Absolutely.
Right.
I've had the pleasure to work with Blake Warrior multiple times. Right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he got some shit coming. You know what I mean? The Closer I Get to You is out right now. I had the opportunity to do that to help assist with that rollout too. But that first one, that Table for Two, that was a special time. And I'm forever grateful to Blake for letting me, pick his brain and for him to, artists sensitive about their shit, to let me.
Yeah.
When, I say something like this could be bigger or I think we can make this cooler. He wasn't like, so he was just like, well, what you thinking?
Yeah.
And also a Cancer too. And then for you,
crazy.
but the same, for you giving me the same luxury. You've done this longer than I've even thought about wanting to help somebody with music.
Word.
You're an established artist. You know what you want. You know your vision. You're honest with your, with your music, your product, what you 100%. Put out. If you want to know the story of you can literally start from way back because who you are now is an 87 you. 87 you can't do sound advice.
Factual.
But it's a growing thing. So for you to say that that's a classic, for me to be able to, for us to have a conversation and for me to push you out there and you feel like I represented you,
100%.
That's what it's all about.
100%. And I think that's your energy too, bro. Like it's ill because as long as I've done these things, like as long as I've been doing music, it's very hard for me to be like, okay, let me listen to what this person, because I'm an artist.
Of course.
I tend to go in knowing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And shout out to that's a whole team effort too. Mars Mansion, Lex, Will,
100%.
Me and Ho on the photography standpoint.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, real tips on that last Blake Warrior project. The Closer I Get to You.
Whole lot of teamwork, whole lot of collaboration, man. Come on now. But it's not easy to let it go. But you have an energy that it's like it's trusting. You know what I mean? Like it's trusting because you are so ingrained in this thing, right? And then just from our conversations we had, so I just got to salute you for being such a major part of what I would almost say is part of the Wichita Renaissance from a music standpoint. Your hand is in everything, bro. Like
I wanted to be.
Like what title would you give yourself? Because I think
him.
I like that energy. He's him. That's it.
No,
but I think because it from an artist, I think it's so many different folks, from Quincy Jones, Pharrell, Kanye, Diddy, Dre, Suge.
These are names.
Like it falls in some of that space.
Yeah,
because even from the songs, it wasn't like here's the songs, put them in order. It was like that song don't fit. You should change this bar. Like you was really like
scientist with it.
It's kind of ill.
Because I'm really a fan of it, man.
Yeah.
It starts there, and it's like I'm a fan, but I also like to really go deep and be like, what you? I think I know what you're trying to convey.
100.
So to convey that, I think you should hear and boom, this color and you could ask Lex and Will, bro. I've always thought like in different ways, like the way like you got to be around me to know my language. Like I'd be like, that look good, but it'd look better in Lexus green, and they'd be like, what the hell is Lexus green?
But mine's gonna be pink.
You know what I mean? But for me, that's that 1998 Lexus LS 400 that's like a forest green. I could just say forest green, but that's not what it is.
That ain't what it is.
Lexus green. It's that. So it's that. I love lending my hand to artists. To help push their vision right now. Shout out to Hondro Hunnits. You know what I mean? Hondro Hunnits is
shout out to Hondro
on his Grizzly right now, and I'm having an opportunity to link with him and continue, help push his movement in the same way. So Hondro, shout out to you. You better be working right now.
That's gonna be crazy.
Hondro working right now. So just for me to get in other bags, I'm a fan of it all.
Yeah. And you execute well, bro.
Thank you.
It's I don't know. Again, nigga can't be around me and not be told how dope he is. And I know your greatness, your purpose, your passion, right? What gets you profits. But I think it's important that I acknowledge out loud on camera to you face to face. I do it all the time in text, shit like that, right? But just how ill you are, man. Like the way your mind works, the way you see things, your ability to execute, the way you see people. Right, the way you pour into what you're working on, like it's really, it levels up everything around you.
I thank you for that.
And it forces us all to grow, to give a high level of execution. Like you can't be whack around you, right?
I won't let you.
You won't like you. Because
I won't be whack. I don't want to be whack.
You feel me?
So it's the same thing. We got it, but I want to keep everybody on their square. I don't want everybody to keep me on my square.
That part.
You know what I mean?
And you do that well. I wish I had. I might have to start doing a drink champs thing and bring out flowers for brothers because again, it's so easy in our spaces, in our generation, in our time to. I don't want to say be complacent because we don't really get complacent. It's easy to feel like that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to do more.
Yeah.
We don't smell our own roses sometimes.
No, we definitely don't because we want to keep going.
We want to be better.
You know, we like that. What's the word I'm looking for? That validation.
That instant validation.
You know, and it comes like for me, you get like the Blackout Awards. I really didn't even get a chance to like bask in it. I probably basked in like did that for like one night.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoo, because you know beforehand I'm like, man, I gotta prepare. This gonna be dope. After that, I'm definitely gonna like relax for a minute because that's about to take a lot of energy. Boy, that next day I was like, that was too much fun. What's next? You know what I mean? It was like that's you know, I felt like I wanted like you know I want to be like a Jamie Foxx who just do everything. You know, like it just feel good.
That part.
You know, it's that.
I love it, man. And the energy you bring, you elevate everything.
That's my vice, man.
Please keep doing what you're doing in the space you're in.
Absolutely, man. Lead with love.
You working? What you said? We go crazy.
We go crazy. We go crazy is the unit, the conglomerate of this beautiful place of Wichita, Kansas, of real movers of culture here
100%.
that see the city as being just as dope, and we see our talents being recognized worldwide. You know what I mean? So again, DJ Fluid, DJ Cadence, DJ AC, DJ For The Win, myself, Sneak Peek, shit, even extended to Chubbs. Shout out to JR.
I gotta meet DJ Sneak Peek. I haven't met him.
Absolutely, man. Sneak Peek, the young gunner. You know what I'm saying? He the young gunner. You know what I mean? You go to them parties, you gonna sweat. He Club Patrona today.
Okay, I like that energy.
Club Patrona. The windows is foggy if Sneak Peek. But it's just a beautiful thing, and for me to be able to connect with those. But that's just one thing. But it's always still the family, us of me, Lex, and Will is always, bro. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Will and me, Lex, and Will are working towards a store in Dallas right now with Daily. It's a store called Daily that we have a hand in to do. We like Jayden and Biggs. Us. I mean, that's who's who. That depends on the day. Some days I'm Dame and I'm like, nigga, no. And sometimes I'm Biggs and I'm doing nothing. And sometimes sometimes Lex is Jay, sometimes Will is Jay. It's definitely that.
That's fire.
But back to what you were saying about us contributing to the town. That's what things like 316 Day is about. Yeah. So like this, you see the. Let me shameless plug real quick. You feel me? Let me get my. You dig me?
Big dubs. Big dubs. They shot from the dub.
Come on now. North side.
Come on, man.
I mean, dirty rings around the tub. But it's like that. That was us saying like, we from a place. We from a place. Yeah. That's what that first campaign was of saying middle of somewhere. Because I feel like we're the literal middle of nowhere. Facts. We are where Courage the Cowardly Dog lives.
Facts. With the house on the hill. On
a grand scheme of the world, that's how we're viewed. So we was like, how do we've managed to be people from Wichita that get that respect. Yeah. We managed to make things from Wichita to get that respect. How do we give the town that respect? Man, and that's what 316 Days.
And I love it because it gives our community something to take pride in. Like, excuse me, I often say the niche, however you say the damn word, the niche that I've seen people take in Wichita, the majority folks, white folks, right, is Wichita is the niche. Yeah. They represent the flag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They got the breweries, things like that. Like, they really about this shit. The small businesses love it.
And we don't really.
We getting there.
We're
finally there before we've ever been before.
Yeah. We haven't found, like you said, finding the culture, our culture.
Yes.
Within Wichita. Because there's Wichita culture.
And then there's our culture.
That might not necessarily intertwine with us.
But then we got things like After Dark.
Things like After Dark. Things like R&B Monday. Things like 316 Day, Sunday Fun Day, Talk of the Towns, graduation celebrations, birthday celebrations.
Going crazy at Chicken and Pickle.
You know what I mean? Multifaceted. You know what I mean? In spaces, bro. Wind Surge, Coke Arena. Shout out to Barefoot too.
We on boards.
On boards.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got voices in spaces. We got create campaigns.
Ain't it wild? We adults. We the adults and we
the grown-ups.
Doing. Ain't it wild? We gotta cook Thanksgiving dinner. That is so crazy. And that's what we doing though for Wichita.
And that's what we doing.
We cooking Thanksgiving dinner.
And I gotta again highlight create campaign because what Christina Long does in that space with the businesses. Shout out
Jonathan Long that's my life coach.
Jay Long
is my life coach. That's my big brother for real. That's my life coach.
You know, so stuff like that.
He flies. Yeah, that's one of the people that I look at and be like, I'm gonna be like him when I grow up.
Jay Long, he coming to sit down in a couple of episodes. Yes, indeed.
His glasses collection just alone, I'd be like,
shoes crazy.
He's
like Yoda. Jay Long like Yoda.
I like him. That's
when he speaks.
Love to both of them. Him and Christina, they are
definitely.
Those are beautiful people.
You feel me? And it's really elevating what we have here. So I'm excited for the future of the town, which we could talk all day. Which is funny because even when you know I had to do my research, because even though you my man, I still gotta look stuff up. You know, but I still had to do that due diligence. But we could sit here all day.
Yeah, I think so.
We could talk everything, music. I don't know sports that well. We could talk culture, family, black men and health, the whole shebang. So you're going to have to pull up again on me.
Come on.
Because we're going to go crazy. But I got a couple questions that I want to ask you. These are either or questions. You can elaborate if you want. I ain't going to do the whole shot thing, but I just want to know your thoughts in this space. And I only got 2 of them. That's it.
But if you got more that come to mind, I'm here. So.
Yes, as my mind goes, I get to thinking out loud.
Yeah.
We're going to go crazy.
Because it's just a conversation.
It's just a conversation if you choose to engage.
You feel me?
All right, the first either or I got for you.
All right.
R&B or hip hop?
R&B.
R&B. You said 100%. That quick. You didn't even think about
R&B. As the older I get, there is a feeling that's missing in R&B today. But the R&B, the reason why I love it, hip hop tells a story for sure, but R&B tells a story through emotion. Have you ever heard Shirley Murdoch, As We Lay? She makes cheating sound so heavenly. Just it make you feel like cheating might be all right. Like, you know what? It's pretty bad, but if it sound like that,
then it's cool. If you think you
know what I mean? Or you listen to Marvin Gaye, I Want You, a cappella. You listen to Michael Jackson, Baby Be Mine. You listen to a Usher or Chris Brown. There's a feeling within a swagger that's within R&B that taught me how to care. Hip hop gave me my confidence for sure. We talked about that. R&B taught me to lead with care. The reason I'm so nurturing, the reason why I'm so kind in my approach, but the swagger still on 100, you know, on 100,000, that's R&B. Like, you know, you look at a person like a Tank or something like that. It's the reason why Omarion look weird next to Mario, because there's just a certain swagger that's just there. And I know I'm naming old artists, but and then it's the feel of that 90s R&B. Like there's a feel there that just felt black, confident. It's cooking. It's gospel.
100%. Oh, 100%.
It's gospel. You know,
100%.
It's gospel. Now it's secular as hell. You know, secular gospel.
But it's. I mean, the gospel is it's a word. It's a word.
And you know, you take what you want from it. You know, but that 100% R&B.
R&B. Okay, so you say R&B then.
Love rap. I love the craft of rap. But R&B is it.
Rap is the illest shit ever to me. But I love, my favorite music is old school R&B. Isley Brothers.
Woo, it's a feel.
Curtis Mayfield, Isaac Hayes. Like, that's my...
Marvin.
That's the type of shit that's what I listened to before I wrote Sound Advice.
Really?
Like,
all I've been listening to, bro. All I've been listening to is getting reacquainted with these old artists. You know, the Delphonics, Stylistics, OJs, Patti LaBelle. The list goes on. Evelyn Champagne. Like, it just... I'm in there. I'm in it. And I grew up loving Michael Jackson.
So the greatest.
The greatest of all time. Shout out to my little brother. He's a fanatic as well.
I love it. I used to say Michael Jackson was my dad.
Really? Bro, Michael Jackson was so famous to us that we thought his name was Michael Jackson. He ain't had no last name. His name was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is his name. It's not... So I thought, is his name Michael Jackson Jackson? It's just...
Bro, I was such a Michael Jackson fan as a kid. I was looking for LaToya Jackson psychic shit, just off the strength of Mike.
Off the strength of Mike.
But I'm with you though. You feel me? Like,
I'm with you.
Let me ask you this thing. We talking R&B. You say R&B is the best.
It is.
You taking New Jack Swing or Neo Soul? I like the pause, Flem. I like the pause. Okay, that was a good one. I like the pause.
Who I am today.
Go who you are today.
Who I am today is I want to be around love and just calming things, man.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Neo Soul because it's stick. Okay. I love hearing Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. Even you know we are very niche. We did a whole Neo Soul After Dark,
and it was crazy.
You know,
I was on that one.
Yeah, fat. You know what I mean? So you know the Lauryn Hills, even the Alex Isleys of today.
Word.
Things of that. It's very relaxing. Yeah. But I love New Jack Swing. Don't get it twisted.
Because Jodeci's your shit.
Come on, Jodeci my shit. But you know, I love. They kind of came out New Jack Swing.
Yeah.
But the Jodeci that I love is
that
Diddy's Jodeci. That
nasty.
You know what I mean? They just had a swagger back. They the greatest group of all time to me. Them niggas could really sing. They could really sing, And they just fire, man. They whole swagger and aesthetic is just crazy. What they saying, what they talking about. You got Devontae who gonna come in there with the deep voice and say something cool.
Crazy.
JoJo and KC gonna battle each other with vocals.
Yeah.
But this gonna sound fire. And then Dalvin, he just there to look cool, but you know what he do behind the scenes is crazy. That's another reason why R&B is just that shit to me.
So it's so many players. I love R&B for that part that there's so many players in it, and it was funny to watch the verses because then you got the R&B. Like niggas was really wilding. Wilding.
Because you know that's men's ego and women and things like that. Because that's how R&B is.
That's all it is.
But it wasn't always that.
Because you got so many songwriters, folks playing different instruments and creating like that thing. Jodeci, real quick, as well. When I was a kid, moms had the "Freaking You" single.
Did she have a remix?
The whole joint, the acapella, the remix, the Pump It Back on there, the whole sheboying.
Did it have the Wu-Tang one on there?
It did not. It did not have the Wu-Tang on there.
But still, shout out to moms.
I remember being like 9 or 10 years old, and it's crazy to look at my son now because he's 9, and I'll be like policing what he listened to, but then I'm like, yo, I was like 9, 10 when Pac died, and I was hurt because I felt Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I remember listening to mom's Jodeci joint, singing. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling, and I was like, "Yo, what am I even singing?"
You're
singing. I don't even know what this, but it was so fire.
So fire.
Pump It Back.
I like R&B, man, because like I said, it taught you how to care. But even if that's for your lady, it just taught you how to be patient with everything, bro. I apply R&B to everything. Like you care about your siblings, your mom, your girl, your little brother. All of that just comes from the care of how R&B makes you feel.
Real talk.
Real talk. Don't get me started, bro.
So R&B Mondays go crazy, I'm sure.
Well, R&B Mondays is a beautiful time because it's really just a community of coming together to sing your favorite shit out loud.
Yeah.
It's a jam. It's just like last night we had the pleasure of doing Donnell Jones versus Joe. I took Donnell Jones because that's my favorite singer. Fluid took Joe because that's his favorite singer. And the way that we were able to bounce off each other, and Caters hosted it, the way that we were able to bounce off each other and give all of our energies, and it was our birthday, and we had a little bit of liquid courage as well.
Going up.
But we were able to give the feeling of those songs, and you could feel it in the venue. Like you could feel when I play "You Know What's Up," and it felt like what we thought the club was gonna look like in the early 2000s.
100%.
That.
Okay.
And then for Fluid to turn around and play All the Things Your Man Won't Do, and you feel like I want to ask a girl to dance in here. When the last time you went out and wanted to ask a girl to dance?
That part.
That
part.
It's a chivalry type thing that comes with R&B. That's just like it made the club feel like a 90s movie, bro. It feel like I want to take somebody home. I want you to have the confidence to ask that girl to dance. I want you to dance face to face.
Face to face.
Last time you danced face to face. Where your confidence at? Where your game at for real? Like, you know, that's what R&B Monday is.
I like that.
Shout out to DJ Fluid because that's, you know, mostly, you know, his vision.
Fluid.
Come on,
man. I had a good time sitting down shopping with
That's
Fluid,
my dog,
I couldn't stop talking.
He put the mic in my hand.
He told me.
I am from the Fluid tree. Feel me? I am a branch of the Fluid tree. I asked Fluid one day just on the humble. I'm like, "Do you have a host?" And he was just kind of like, "What's that? Like, what does that do?" And I'm just like, "I'm just, you know, if somebody got their lights on outside to tell people to go to the bar." And he trusted me enough to do that on New Year's, the biggest, you know, party day.
Yeah.
And we've never rehearsed or nothing. We just kind of did it.
Energy.
You know, and for me to know how to, like I said, I wanted to be a rapper, so I know how to count bars or listen to. And we come to the point now where through Fluid, I'm able to work with other DJs, you know, or see how they move, see how they work, talking with, you know, but that's my dog. He put the mic in my hand for real, the microphone.
Fluid the best to do it.
DJ Fluid the best.
Let me ask you this, because I'm gonna shift back to my Eagle Org question. I'm trying to think of how much more questions I want to ask you before I ask this one.
Yeah, keep
I want to go crazy.
Yeah, keep going. I'm having a ball.
I like that energy. I just want people to come feel.
I'm having a ball, man.
Come home,
I'm having a ball.
You know. Shout out to this Flemmonade.
Flemmonade, man. Also, shout out to Billionaire Smoke Shop located off of what is that, Pawnee, I believe. Got something in the works with them. That's definitely crazy. In the vein of, not necessarily, but in the vein of.
That's top hustle, right?
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to meet bro in real life. I seen him on the internet. But
Yeah. So anytime for those of you that need to that indulge in the needs of a smoke shop, or they have exotic pops, exotic juices, wrap snacks, the whole sheboying. But shout out to them, man. Those are good brothers who also recognize the things that we do, and we recognize them right back. So definitely shout out to them.
Shout out to them, man. Yeah, that's fire. I've been in there once on the other side of town.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to come out of Bel Air sometimes.
Absolutely.
But I met
But back to
Ty
you.
in real life, man, and great brother. So make sure y'all go out there and support UGB Smoke Shop. It's going
sure.
up. All right, question for you. This might be a hard question. I don't know.
Bet.
I think it might be hard because I know who you believe the greatest of all time is, the greatest artist, and I don't debate it.
Yeah.
His name is Kanye West.
Kanye Tutter.
Tutter.
There's Michael Jackson,
There's Mike.
and then to me, there's Kanye.
And there's
West.
There's Beyonce. I gotta get Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce.
Beyonce became the greatest to me. She's already ill. She's a Virgo. She's one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
But it was ill to me when she was like, the songs are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
To hear her flip like songs that Migos wrote, Ray Sherman wrote, Dream wrote, like shit is really ill sonically.
She her.
But when I seen her perform with her hair in the fan,
It kept going. Fell down the steps. Kept going. Beyonce crazy. Beyonce crazy.
When I went to the Jay-Z, Beyonce on the Run tour,
Yeah.
I went to see Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't go to see Jay-Z
At all.
Everybody was there for Beyonce.
Facts.
Like shit like that.
It's
hard.
crazy.
Like,
Have you been to a Jay-Z show? Just Jay-Z?
Yes, 444.
Have you been to where he brought out Beyonce though?
Nah.
It's the complete opposite.
Oh yeah.
The same way when
Okay.
Beyonce bring him and they be like, anyway, it's Sean.
Yeah.
When you go to a Jay-Z concert, he bring out Beyonce, it's like, all right, we
Yeah,
get it,
it's
but
different.
It's nice. That was dope, Jay. But anyway, rap.
That's funny. But
yeah.
so Kanye the best.
Kanye West.
Let me ask you this:
Yes.
Kanye West,
Ye,
or Yeezy?
I'm going with Kanye Tutter. You didn't even bring up Kanye Tutter.
So give me the Kanye Tutter.
Kanye Tutter is that backpack. Kanye, what you would probably consider Kanye West.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with. Man, it's all of them, bro. That's why he's like Michael Jackson to me because Michael Jackson, every album is somebody different.
Word.
Thriller Off the Wall Mike ain't Thriller Mike, and you can look at a picture of Michael Jackson and know what era it's from because he gonna change his whole aesthetic, his
100%.
whole, and that's what Kanye does. Yeezus don't look like Twisted Fantasy. Twisted Fantasy don't look like Dropout. Dropout don't look shit like Donda.
Right.
So I'm gonna go. My favorite is when would we say Kanye became Yeezy? Like okay, so Yeezus. So let's go pre-Yeezus.
I would say pre-Yeezus would
Yeah,
be.
that's
Pre-Yeezus was
2013.
right. Like I think Power is what birthed Yeezus.
Okay.
And then after
So-
My Beautiful Dark Twisted
So we
Fantasy.
count Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy as Yeezus?
I think that was the birth of Yeezus.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Yeezus
Okay.
because that is right after Taylor Swift and his back against the wall,
Mm.
and he had to make the greatest rap album of all time to get his career back.
Yeah.
And I think he 100% accomplished that. Love Kanye.
And My Beautiful Black Twisted Fantasy, you believe, is the greatest rap album of all time.
I think if you have to pick one album, and I know like shout out to Scooney, he's gonna be like. After I say this, I feel like if you want to hear hip hop at its greatest form,
Okay.
like the peak of what hip hop can be musically,
I got you.
it's Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. If you want to hear the essence of hip hop, Illmatic. There you go, Scooney. So leave me alone, because I know Scooney over there like, nigga, the foundation of hip hop, the hip hop Bible
Illmatic don't.
is this.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you want to, and
I
if
will
you want to
say
hear,
that.
and then if you want to hear the confidence, the hustler's manual, Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt is that deal.
Now you get to Reasonable Doubt. But anyway,
Okay. My
that
Beautiful Dark Twisted
that
Fantasy
Kanye West of Beautiful Dark making the greatest album. That is his magnum opus, bro. He did the first 3 albums and combined what he was gonna do in the future. There's a gospel element. He knows how to bring the best out of the people that are around him.
That's a fact. I've heard the story of the Rick Ross verse.
You know what I mean?
And it's like the Pusha T verse.
And I feel like he's
Nicki on Monster.
Yeah. Like he's what I try to do in everything that I do. Him and Diddy are the like Diddy and Ye. Like Kanye is like, but I can rap, but really did it.
But I can really
Diddy
rap.
was like, I'll rap if you know, and he'll let somebody write it for him. In that sense, though, I'm more Kanye because I want to be like, hold on, I like rap, let me rap.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I like that he's the collaboration aspect.
Okay.
Kanye is hip hop's Quincy Jones.
Factual.
You know what I mean?
100%.
In my
I'm
mind,
definitely
I'm going with that. He's able to bring the best out of people and those around him to come together to make beautiful product now. Not even just music, product.
Product in general.
And what do...
I mean, he's another one who everything he said, he did it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful to watch. Like, and it's even iller, like, to watch him bring this shit out of artists. Like, take them to, like, yo, I need better.
Yeah.
Kind of do some stuff in the public that everybody might not agree with.
Yeah.
And still not lose that ability to
Yeah.
be great, like, on that level. Kanye West is that dude.
Kanye West is that dude, man. There's no artist that has influenced me more. I don't think. Just from a confidence, I don't agree with everything he says or everything he does, but there is definitely there's a charisma, charismatic. He's the rapper who I related to the most.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like I grew up loved Tupac because he was passionate.
100%.
But loved Jay-Z because he could make hits, but I really didn't get it because as a kid I didn't care about lyric like that.
Yeah.
But when I turned 13 and that nigga Kanye came on in a polo and I was just like, hey, that nigga, he flies hell and he's talking about like some shit that I know.
When I heard. I've been working this great.
Talking about working at the Gap, like nigga, what? Like
yeah, Kanye is definitely the greatest, man. I think my favorite Kanye song.
Oh, that's wild.
My favorite Kanye song of all time is Saint Pablo.
Really?
And it's because it's like people like, oh, he's going crazy, but it's like it's always in the music.
Yeah, it was said, I'm Einstein. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. He said,
like,
I'm fine.
My wife said, I can't take no from nobody. Like it just everything about that whole song. I'm like, yo, this is, and it came out after that. Damn, I lost the album name. That's crazy. Pablo. Yeah, it came out after The Life of Pablo. Saint Pablo came out after Life of Pablo.
Dude, and I know why you like that too, because that beat.
That beat is crazy.
That where I'm from. With that where I'm from behind it.
Come on, and then but sample going crazy on there. But it's really like it's either a prophecy or a testimony. I don't know which one because I don't know when it was recorded and written. But it's like everything on that song is the truth, and it's ill to me. So what's your favorite Yeezy song?
Wow. It varies between Power, because that's Kanye in his purest form to me.
Okay.
That's the asshole that people don't like. Kanye is a love-or-hate artist.
100%.
Everything 100%. You love about Kanye is the same thing everybody hates about. But Power is where he put it, and he was rapping. You know, my childlike creativity is honestly crowded by these grown thoughts. Reality is catching up to me, fighting my inner child. I'm fighting for custody with these responsibilities that they entrusted me as I look down at my diamond encrusted piece, thinking no one man talking about Jesus. That is crazy.
That's crazy.
And then the other one is Touch the Sky. I played it at my funeral.
Touch the Sky?
I want that at my funeral because starting off with back when they thought pink polos would hurt the rock. Like, what?
He's always talking that shit.
Genius, like everybody went back and watched Genius. Like,
before I get why this shit to pop.
He's like, I get why Kanye asshole. Like, he didn't even know asshole. Y'all really tried to play that man.
Come on, man.
Touch the Sky. He lets you know, like, they tried to play me, but I'm here now.
I'm here now.
And it's just second album. I ain't going nowhere.
Man,
I'm
talking about prophecy.
I feel like Jay-Z had no choice but to do like Watch the Throne and stuff. Because Jay was just like, Speaking of that, can you imagine like 2003 and you the Young Guns and you Beanie Siegel and this annoying ass producer nigga from Chicago trying to rap? You just like, I get it, bro. And then you look up and this nigga is 3
and he done took off.
And you just like, well, damn.
Like, yo,
you know?
I think it's the testimony to like, it's so many things that go into being the greatest that I think don't come, like timing for one.
Yeah.
Timing is everything.
Yeah.
Right? But of course the talent, the skill set, the dire not giving a fuck.
Not giving a fuck, bro.
You can't give a fuck about none of this shit. To a detriment to your own self. Facts. Because you're trying to get this thing off. Like that's not easy.
And then you talk about his ability to work with others, even like what he's able to do with a Kid Cudi, with a Travis Scott, with a Saha the Prince. You know, no shame in being like, I can rap, but I want to say the things like you.
Consequence.
Help me consequence. Pusha T, help me write this.
Facts.
That's collaboration. Yeezy in his collaboration, what he's able to do with other artists and had him write for him do that. So, you know, I think the greatest rapper of all time is Jay-Z.
100%.
And I think the greatest artist, hip-hop artist of all time, I don't even want to call him a hip-hop artist, but the greatest artist to do hip-hop has been Kanye West.
Yes.
In my eyes. He's taken it to levels that have been untouched. He's responsible. His influence is ridiculous.
Influence is crazy.
Influence is ridiculous.
Reach is crazy.
Hit a throne for a reason.
Come on, man.
Throne for a reason.
Come on, man. Jay-Z is indeed the greatest rapper, and I just got to also say that my favorite Jay-Z verse of all time is the Grammy Family verse.
Really?
Like,
that's such a great... Everybody got a verse on that. Kanye's verse on that is ridiculous.
Not the Grammy Family song.
No, you're talking about the Grammy Family remix.
Just
the freestyle.
It's like, as somebody that, I want to humbly say this with all humility, as people see me the way they see me, and niggas treat me the way they treat me sometimes.
Yeah.
And the disrespect be live as fuck sometimes as well on the back end that niggas don't always get a chance to see. And when the niggas say with the same sword they knight you, they gonna good night you with, that's only half if they like you. That ain't even a half of what they might do. Like the whole like take shots to my body up. I'm tired, built like he's going crazy on there. Like I really feel that at the highest level, man. The Jigga man. But we could talk this hip hop thing all day. You gonna have to pull back up.
I would love to.
And we're gonna just talk hip hop next time.
Please.
Like
I would love to.
I like that energy.
Speaking of hip hop, shout out to Chris Walker. Right now, my man Chris Big Walk, he just put out a project on SoundCloud that I'm listening to right now.
Yeah.
Major shout outs to the prodigal son that is Chris Barnett.
Yeah.
Who just put out his album. My favorite song on there is Reminder.
What?
And it's because
in the sun, I'm shining,
it's the way
baby.
you come on there. Remind them, baby. It's the I said that nigga said, bro.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
And I like that he chose like Nook for that song. That's
100%.
he get to be arrogant and just play her. That's Summer Breeze.
Come on, man.
So shout out to Chris Barnett for I texted him yesterday and just letting him know that he's letting people know that good rapping is timeless.
Factuals.
You know, he's able to make good music, but rapping, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Shout out to Maurice Anthony. That's probably like my favorite live performer.
Maurice
down here. August 4th. We all get a chance to get to be together, hosted by me, but we get a chance to celebrate real hip hop shit. I'll be here all day shouting out artists.
Hey, man. From town. That's why I started to do some shout outs with Fluid, and I was like, let me stop because niggas is going to they be mad because I don't say somebody's name. But it's really just dope that the town has so many great gems, so many great artists. Nobody sounds like the next man, and we like a block away from each other. And it's really like cultivating something.
You said your favorite artist from town is Ado. I'm definitely
my favorite artist from town right now is Ado.
I love Ado.
Like
I played Ado last night in the Donnell Jones versus. Because No Interruption samples Donnell Jones. I played the regular, and then I was like, oh, y'all might not know that, but y'all know this. So, Ado, he got
Ado is like, and I gotta say that, like Ado is like different. Like, bro, definitely he gives you the street,
every time
perspective.
I see Ado, he do that. Hey, Flemm, keep doing that shit, bro, on everything, bro. You and Fluid, bro. You and Fluid, y'all got something, man, and I fuck with what y'all doing, man. I like that.
It's love in real life.
Every time.
In real life. And bro, like it's the street philosopher, but he raps his ass.
Rap his ass
off. I be hearing shit like this nigga's really like
he's somebody else that I want to sit down with and be able to do like a rollout or merch or whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So
he's one of the few artists.
I'll let you go.
One of the few artists that I've been dying to do a feature with that I've not yet done a feature with. Quick fun fact that I will say out loud. Not Tom Don't Wait. Affairs in Order.
Yeah.
I originally wanted Ado on there. Just timing didn't work.
Wow.
Yeah.
But shout out to Chris though.
Shout out to Chris. Because if he didn't do that, then who knows? We might not have got the formal reintroduction. I don't know. I'm not claiming it, but I'm claiming it. I see you, Chris. Love you to death.
You can't stay away.
So what? As we part, let us know what's moving, what's grooving. What we can expect from Flemm Diddy, Mars Mansion, After Dark, the big homies, that we go crazy. And you in so many spaces, Flemm. What can we expect next?
All of that, man. More spaces, more dope shit, more fly shit, more pushing culture forward, more making, more representation of the city, more representation of us as individuals, recognizing our star power, realizing that we the ones for real.
Yeah.
You feel me? Quick pause. That's my prayer break. It's 5 o'clock.
Prayer break. I like. See, that's the type of energy we on. Prayer breaks. On purpose.
You gotta pray on it.
On purpose. On purpose. You see the vibe. And this Flemmonade got me a little blurry. Finish your joint stuff.
What was we at?
What's moving? What you got?
Oh, moving. Just more dope shit within the all the collectives. What's that? That look blurry. Was that doing it? That right?
We good.
Okay,
We in there.
Yeah, man. Everything moving. I'm gonna just say that everything is moving. Shout out to Brianna Williams, another one who does just crazy things with 3 Keys. You catch me there this week. Shout out to Douglas Social. We doing things with them, moving the units. There's so much. I'm about to give Sam some news off camera about something that we working on. So I'm not gonna say it, but
I'm pretty excited about that.
Can't wait to tell him.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Keep going. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing.
I like that.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'll say that. I'm excited.
I like it.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
More wings, more things.
More wings, more things. Listen, Flemm, again, I appreciate you pulling up on me, spending some time thinking out loud with me, just having a conversation.
Yeah, man.
You truly are a gem in our culture here in the city, here in the world. I'm excited for the things you got moving. I'm excited for things I might be a part of, things I might just get to watch and appreciate, right? Because you truly are one of those things that's moving this Wichita Renaissance forward, from the arts to the media to the fashion. And the Wichita Renaissance also includes businesses, right? Political spaces, increased knowledge, and you're a big driving force on that. So thank you for everything you do. Shout out to Big God for giving it to you so you can continue to give it to us.
Absolutely, first and foremost.
And with that, it's been Thinking Out Loud with Samuel David. Shout out to my guest, my special guest, the one and only big homie, Flemm Diddy. Big love, big blessings, and even bigger living. Cheers.
Love. Cut the critics.
Cut the critics. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, hold on. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk about it. Ooh, that boy a critic, yeah, he talk too much. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk about it. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk too much. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk it, he don't live it. Ooh, that boy a critic. Ooh, that boy a critic. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk it, he don't live it. Ooh, that boy a critic. Yeah, I know. How you never there, but be the first to offer commentary. I mean, nobody asked you. All your conversation is voluntary. And you talking to yourself, playing with yourself, solitary. I mean, it kinda makes sense if this talk increased your monetary. But you out hating for free, you do that shit so well. Next time you speak on me, say my name, it ring bells. You know me, I don't need no introduction in this bitch. You know me, I'm the one that keep it jumping in this bitch. Young OG, streets gave me that name. I was honored. I be walking how I talk it. When I walk it, got them bothered. I don't understand, dog. I really took it farther. I gave niggas the game. Plus, I'm a really great father. Oh, he think he Siskel. Oh, he think he Ebert. First it was all love, now he Brutus to my Caesar. First it was all love, now he Judas to my Jesus. Praying on my downfall, you're such an overachiever. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk about it. Ooh, that boy a critic, yeah, he talk too much. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk about it. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk too much. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk it, he don't live it. Ooh, that boy a critic. Ooh, that boy a critic. Ooh, that boy a critic, he just talk it, he don't live it. Ooh, that boy a critic.